What's up, meta nerds? This video is all about the Hardcell-class interstellar transport, also known simply as the Techno Union ship. As the name suggests, it was manufactured by the Techno Union, the creators of the Crab Droid and the Snail Tank. Its cost is unknown, but at a length of 220 meters, or 722 feet, it was about 5 X-wings shorter than the Pelta-class frigate, but more than twice the length of a Zillo Beast. And at a width of 85 meters, or 279 feet, it was wider than 2 sandcrawlers. The speed stats are different for Legends and Canon, with a Legends top atmospheric speed of 4,000 km per hour, or 2,485 miles per hour, which would make it more than 3 times as fast as the Acclimator-class assault ship, and even quicker than the fastest TIE variant, the TIE Defender. Our Canon stats give it a top speed of 800 km per hour, or 497 miles per hour, bringing it down to a relatively more realistic speed that makes it twice as fast as a Gazanti, but just a bit slower than the TIE Bomber. But whichever the speed, it was all achieved via these 6 enormous thrusters, while also having a Class 1 hyperdrive, the same found in the Venator-class Star Destroyers, and a backup Class 8. The interior of this ship was filled with stacked storage areas, with each section being connected via a series of turbolifts. These were easily loaded up at ports with its vertical landing position, and I think we could assume that it could flip its gravitational field generators for the different orientations of landing and flying through space, similar technology that we saw in the Slave One. During the time of the Clone Wars, this ship was often filled with 650 Hailfire droids, along with 12,400 tons of cargo, a weight equal to 3,100 banthas. It could also transport 1,017 passengers, which could be organics or battle droids, while only needing a crew of 190, which of course could also be droids. But due to how much cargo was inside of these ships, the Techno Union almost always crewed these ships with organics. These were most often Skakoans, which meant that the insides of these ships were pumped full of methane and highly pressurized in order to match the atmosphere on their homeworld of Skako. This allowed the crew to walk around comfortably without their suits and mask. And up in the nose of this ship, there was a large medical bay, along with a highly advanced communications and sensor array system, which allowed this ship to stay in constant contact with the Techno Union headquarters. Though it was never intended for combat, there were 2 fixed forward-mounted laser cannons and a pair of missile launchers, but the crews were always advised to just use their relatively fast Class 1 hyperdrive in order to escape from any danger. Long before the Clone Wars, these ships were used to collect taxes and deliver goods across the galaxy, and during the outbound flight incident, 6 hard cells were destroyed by Thrawn before they were able to destroy the Jedi's expeditionary ship. In 22 BBY, while the people of Geonosis and their guests were just trying to enjoy a sporting event, there were 286 hard cell transports on world when the Jedi Order and their new clone army crashed the party and started a galactic war. During this opening battle of the Clone Wars, the Republic's LAAT gunships were able to destroy many of these ships, but 169 of them managed to escape. One of these contained the Techno Union Foreman Wat Tambor, whose transport was heavily modified, with deflector shield generators and whole ship scanners in order to detect tracking or listening devices. After the Battle of Geonosis, the Techno Union was able to pump out thousands of these over the length of the Clone Wars, but whether or not they strengthened up that fuel junction weakness that Anakin exploited is unknown. So that's it for its history, and the only weird behind the scenes fact is that it supposedly could hit a takeoff speed of 4,000 km per hour, but was incredibly slow in space, with only a 40 megalight rating compared to a 100 rating for the Y-Wing. I'm trying to think of a scenario where it just burns through the fuel while leaving a planet, and only hits that top speed for a short time, and then gets slowed down by the atmosphere on the way out. But even then, I don't get how there could be this big speed disparity. I'm not sure how this ship could hit nearly 4 times the speed of the Y-Wing, but only have 40% of the speed of the Y-Wing in space. If you guys have an idea, make sure you put it in the comments down below. So that's it for the Hardcell-class interstellar transport. But most important of all, remember, the Republic has no respect for Geonosian customs, and the Force will be with you, always.